friends. Welcome to Summer Science from the Ashland Public Library. This is a great day to go out and take a look around you outside. I bet you'll see a lot of birds. Well, that's what we're going to do today in science. We're going to take a look at some birds. I'm Miss Regina, and I hope you were able to go to the Ashland Public Library and get your packet. Wow, what a lot of great things to do this week. This is our second week, and so we're going to take a look at animals in North America. In particular, some birds and how they get their food. I hope you got your packet. If you didn't, you might be able to follow along. And in this folder, towards the very back, we have our summer science, our summer safari science for birds' beaks. Okay, so I hope you open it and take a look at it and then do the activity. If you weren't able to come to the library and get it, you probably have some of these things at home, and I think you'll be able to follow along. So, in addition to your packet, if you have a flat surface like this, and it's kind of slippery, I suggest you put down a towel. The towel will keep the items that we have in our experiment, they'll keep it together, okay? And they won't slide off. Okay, let's open our packet and see what we have. Inside, we have 2 cups. One is, we're going to pretend is the bird's stomach. The other one, we're going to make into a beak. Then we have a packet of, looks like macaroni, some rocks, a couple straws, and an activity sheet. So let's put the activity sheet aside for right now, and then we'll do our experiment. All right. It tells me how to make a pointy beak. Fold a straw in half, making sure that the ends of the straw are even, and trim them if you need to. Now, there's a couple ways of having some straws. I know some people have straws that are bendy. We really don't want a bendy straw now. So what I'm going to do with my bendy straw part, I'm going to take and just cut it right below the bending part. Okay, so then I'll discard that. And then I'm going to take and put this in half. Now, if you don't get it exactly in half, if they're not really great right there together, I'm going to take and just level it off so that they are the same distance. So that's one kind of a beak. Now, do you think it would be this type of beak, like a duck? Do you think it would be like a toucan? That doesn't, well, maybe a little bit. Or how about like a eagle, a hook? No, I don't think so. I think this looks a lot like, maybe a robin's beak towards the bottom, okay? Or maybe a cardinal. Those types of beaks. Now, the question is, what type of beak actually works best? You know, a bird's beak, birds do not have hands. They have feet, but they use their beaks to pick up their food, most of them. And so it's important that their beaks are adapted to what they take in as food. So this one looks kind of like a robin or a cardinal beak. Now I'm going to take this cup, one of the 2 cups. One's going to be the bird's stomach, so we'll talk about that in a minute. And I'm going to cut on both sides all the way, so you need your scissors, cut all the way to the base. Okay, I'm going to cut it all the way down there. And on the other side, even with it, I'm going to cut that all the way down. Okay, now, this kind of resembles a duck's beak because I'm going to make it flat. It's going to be flat on top, and we're going to be able to see how this bird would get its food. Okay. Now, I have my 2 beaks. I'm going to do some experimenting with beaks. It says to scatter the bird food, that's what these macaroni type things are, scatter the bird food and the rocks over the towel area. Okay, I'm going to just scatter them over the towel area. And then I'm going to scatter the rocks. Now, if you're a bird, you really don't want to eat rocks. Rocks have no value to you, so you want to take and try and get the most food. Some birds have filters that allow them to have their food, and then they filter out what they don't need. So we're going to see. It says to using the first the pointy beak, then the flat beak. See how many macaroni pieces you can pick up and place in the small cup, the bird's stomach, in 20 seconds. Have someone time you. Or you can just count to 20 as you're doing it. That would be a good way. Because we want to have a controlled time. When we do an experiment, nothing can change except what we're doing. So we're going to change out the beaks, but we're not going to change anything else. So we want to have the same amount of time and the same items. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to try and pick up the food and put it in the stomach. Okay, because that's what the bird would do. And this does kind of look like, maybe a worm. Worms would be a little bit softer. Or maybe just some hard-shelled bugs that the bird might want to eat. So let's see what we could do. Now, my suggestion is don't push down real hard. Just kind of let the beak do the picking. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oops. Okay, 20. And I have 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. And I didn't get any of the rocks. So this beak does a pretty good job. It picks it up, puts it in. Okay, now I'm going to scatter this back here. And I'm going to see how many I can get with the flat beak, kind of like the duck beak. I can see how many I can get, okay? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now I have 4. It was a little bit harder to scoop it and not get the rocks. If I were going to just scoop it in that 20 seconds, let's see how I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, I got a lot more food, but I got rocks too. So birds don't want to have the rocks. That's not their food source. So now I'm going to do a little bit of separating here. I'm just going to pick out the macaroni or just the food, the bird food. And then let's try and see how many we can get. So I got in the first one, and you'll see here, there's a place to record this right here. So the pointy beak, I had 6. The flat beak, I had 4. Then it says, I'm up on the top part, clear the area. So I want to clean this all up and clear it all out. So I'm picking up noodles and putting those in the container. I put them in the bird's stomach, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put all the rocks away. Oops, got a rock there. And of course, if it were just food laying out, I wonder which one would be able to get more food. We didn't want to pick up the rocks. So if I got rid of all the rocks, if I just had food laying out, do you think which one would be able to pick up more food? The bird's beak with the point or the bird's beak with the flat top? And kind of a scoop. It reminds me of a scoop. Okay, almost done. Almost. I hope that you'll come to the library too and check out some of the books we have on birds. It's interesting, very interesting facts about our birds. You can find out why some birds have a big beak, some birds have a hooked beak. Well, lots of things to find out at the library. So now we're going to try again. How many pieces can you pick up with no rocks? So I'm going to scatter the food, and then we're going to find out how many I can pick up and put in the stomach in 20 seconds. Okay, let me try it again. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, I got a good many. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was pretty good. It was better when you don't have the rocks in there that you have to work around. Yeah, that was pretty good. Now, let's try the other beak. So if we were a duck or an animal that had a large beak that we could just kind of go in and scoop. Let's see how we do. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh. I did pretty good, I think. I think there was pretty good there. Let me see. Let me count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, which one is the best? Without having any rocks that they have to maneuver around. The pointy beak had 10. The flat beak had 18. Wow. How's yours? What did you do? How did your experiment come out? I hope you'll try it and let us know. It says, what is your conclusion? Is it easier for a bird with pointed beaks or flat beaks to gather their food when it's scattered with other material like rocks, or there could be, leaves. There could be some type of obstruction there like bark or some twigs. So maybe it would be easier. Of course it would be easier if it were all nice, flat area and nothing in the way. So I hope you'll be watching your backyard, and I hope you'll be seeing us at the Ashland Public Library for our second week of Tales and Tales from North America. Hope to see you soon.